Being a cop in today's America is like starring in a reality show. Only there's no prize, no glamour, and the risk of elimination is very, very real. You wake up early, put on the uniform, that fabric that feels like it was recycled from leftover army gear from the 80s, and head out thinking, maybe today I'll make it home, or maybe I'll end up trending on Twitter. Because being a cop isn't just about facing criminals anymore. It's about facing cameras, instant judgment, and a public addicted to outrage. The hero once wore a badge. Now, he needs a lawyer, a therapist, and a video editor just to prove he's human. Remember when being a police officer used to mean respect? When kids wanted to take pictures with you and neighbors called you officer? Well, now if a kid looks at you, it's probably because their mom just said, behave or the police will get you. Respect turned into fear. Fear turned into hate. And hate, well, hate went viral. People don't want the full story. They want a 15-second clip that confirms their bias. Blink the wrong way in that clip, and boom, national headlines, hashtags, protests, maybe even a Netflix documentary calling you the face of oppression. But the real tragedy starts inside the station, because what used to be a command center now feels like an episode of The Office Police Edition. Broken equipment, computers still running Windows XP, and coffee that tastes like it was brewed during the Bush administration. You try to print a report, and the printer makes a dying noise that sounds like it's begging for retirement. And when you finally make it out to patrol, your squad car has more duct tape than a hostage. Everything rattles, everything creaks, and you pray the engine doesn't quit before you do. And the salary? Oh, the salary is the punchline of a cruel joke. While you risk your life in neighborhoods where even GPS gets nervous, your paycheck barely covers rent and healthcare, the same healthcare you need every other week. Being a cop today is like starring in an action movie, directed by someone who hates action movies and loves tragic endings. And of course, there's the audience. People chanting, defund the police until their car gets stolen. Then suddenly it's, officer, please come quick. But the real show happens online. Every move you make is filmed, cut, remixed, captioned, and thrown into the digital coliseum. One clip can become evidence, a meme, or a manifesto, depending on who edits it. First, it's the only job in the world where you have to save lives and manage your influencer reputation at the same time. Because yes, today's cop is part public servant, part unwilling celebrity, working under pressure, constantly misjudged, and one viral video away from being canceled. And the best part? No bonus, no PR team to clean the mess afterward. Meanwhile, laws change faster than Twitter moods. Today you arrest someone, tomorrow they're free and posting selfies laughing about it. The justice system has turned into a game where you're the player, the target, and the villain, all at once. And through it all, people still expect you to smile at the camera and say, just doing my job. A job that demands the strength of a soldier, the empathy of a psychologist, and the patience of a monk, all while earning less than a barista at a hipster cafe. And then there's the media. Ah, the press. That heavenly choir ready to play your mistakes in slow motion, complete with dramatic music and experts explaining what you should have done. Funny how no one wants your job, yet everyone knows how you should do it. And if you dare to complain, they say, you knew the risks. Sure, you knew the risks. You just didn't know the biggest one would be being hated by everyone. So at the end of the day, after criminals, bureaucracy, and online mobs, you take off the vest, stare into the mirror, and ask yourself, is this still worth it? But the absurdity doesn't stop there. Inside, the department rules change faster than the weather. One day you're the pride of the unit, the next you're a PR problem. One clerical mistake, one misplaced comma in a report, and suddenly you're under investigation. The criminal you arrested yesterday might have more rights than you today. And when you try to defend yourself, the system looks back with dead eyes and says, next. It's the kind of environment that turns idealism into cynicism, courage into caution, and vocation into exhaustion. And the irony? Most cops join because they want to make a difference. They want to protect, to help, to be part of the solution. But soon they discover that the hero of the story drowns in paperwork, needs approval to breathe, and has to explain why they used the wrong pronoun in a report. Justice became a maze, where every step must be documented and every decision can be weaponized against you. You're not an agent of the law. You're a juggler balancing ethics, politics, and survival on a high wire. Then comes the personal toll. How do you explain your job to your family without feeling the weight of it? Your kid asks why people don't like cops. And you, forcing a smile, answer, "Not everyone, son, just the ones with Wi-Fi." You try to seem calm, but deep down you carry the quiet war, the one that doesn't make headlines. And when you finally get home, exhausted, you realize the neighbors whisper about you like you're a TV character. That guy's a cop. He must have stories. Oh, if they only knew. But maybe the cruelest part is the loneliness, because who protects the protector? Who takes care of the person who sees the worst of humanity every day and still has to smile for an ID photo? No one. Society expects you to be made of steel, but steel rusts too. And when a cop breaks, no one shows up with oil, only judgment. He should have gotten help, they say, as if therapy came included with the bulletproof vest. And then there's politics, because being a cop today means being a target for every ideology. If you act, you're brutal. If you hesitate, you're incompetent. If you speak, you're arrogant. If you stay silent, you're complicit. And the worst part? It all depends on which channel the audience is watching. No matter what you do, there's always a distorted lens aimed at your face. Meanwhile, politicians give speeches about reform, while you remain the human shield of a society that wants safety, but not discomfort, justice, but not confrontation. Being a cop in modern America means you're paid to run toward danger and criticized for not running fast enough. Your uniform weighs more than your body, and the emotional fatigue is the kind of wound that never makes it into the report. Every day feels like another episode in a show without a script, without stunt doubles, and without a guaranteed happy ending. But somehow, amidst the chaos, there are still moments of humanity. A life saved, a kid protected, a sincere thank you that reminds you why you started this in the first place. And maybe that's the most tragic beauty of all. Today's cop isn't a hero or a villain. He's a survivor of a system that forgot him but still depends on him. Because in the end, when the lights go out, when the speeches fade and chaos takes over, everyone looks in the same direction. And guess who's still standing there? The cop. Exhausted, criticized, underpaid, but present. And that, as ironic as it is, might be the only thing, keeping the country from collapsing completely. So tell me, after hearing all that, do you still think being a cop in today's America is a privilege? Or have you realized it's a daily act of resistance? Leave your thoughts down below. Is it courage, madness, or a little of both? Share this video with someone who needs to see the other side of the badge. And if you believe truth should be told with irony, but also with courage, hit that subscribe button. Because here, we don't pretend the world is perfect. We just try to understand its chaos with a bit of sarcasm and a heavy dose of reality. See you in the next video.